My name is Megan Wenrich. I am the manager of DC operations for the Space Foundation, and today I am excited to introduce you to the first episode of our Start Here for Space series. Today, I want to show you how you use space in your everyday life. Do you know that space impacts every facet of 21st century life? From businesses to governance, from security to education, from manufacturing to healthcare, and especially communications. All of these sectors rely on space-based infrastructure and technologies derived from exploring and operating in space. With rapidly expanding space access, miniaturization of technology, growing scientific knowledge, and the enduring human desire to explore our universe, there has never been a more exciting or important time in space. There are so many inventions that are used in our daily lives that can be attributed to space exploration. Whether you might use a memory foam mattress or have scratch-resistant lenses in your glasses, to different water filtration systems or wireless headsets, even the smartphone that you have on your person uses space technology. From using GPS to taking selfies, we are using the technologies that were created for space while here on Earth. This graphic shows you so many other things that we utilize around the globe. Space-based technology benefits education. Technologies such as satellite communications can bridge the access gap for remote and rural communities and connect those communities with education resources. Web and video conferencing technologies have helped many people around the world receive additional education online, as we have seen during the COVID-19 pandemic. No matter where you are in the world, you can access educational materials. Space exploration itself is inspiring and has inspired millions of people to pursue STEM careers. In 2016, the United States awarded 568,000 STEM degrees to citizens and foreign nationals. To a person in K-12, or even someone beginning their college years, the career paths in space go way beyond the stereotypical astronaut or rocket engineer. And that's normally what we think of when we think of a future in space. Globally, it's true that an industry worth $424 billion generates a lot of employment for engineers. But there are other jobs. There are kids today who will be working space jobs of the future, jobs we may not even know exist. Thinking about food engineers, mining specialists, additive manufacturing, space tourist managers, space architects, and space medicine. So you might be asking, how valuable is space? Although NASA receives less than 1% of the federal budget, it has an economic impact of over $10 million on many different states. NASA's Economic Impact Report shows that through all NASA activities, the agency generated more than $64 billion in total economic output during the fiscal year 2019, supported more than 312,000 jobs nationwide, and generated an estimated $7 billion in federal, state, and local taxes throughout the United States. Here at the Space Foundation, we also look at the commercial side of things, and we can see similar impacts there. The global space economy grew by more than $9 billion in 2019, reaching $424 billion worldwide. Commercial revenue totaled more than $336 billion, and that makes up 80% of the total space economy. In 2019, there were more than 183,000 workers in the U.S. space workforce, and most of these workers are in commercial companies. In 2020, private space employment totaled 147,000 workers. Beyond this, space can save lives. The Global Positioning System, better known as GPS, allows people to navigate locations on their phones, cars, drones, and other devices. The Disaster Monitoring Constellation consists of numerous remote sensing satellites that provide emergency Earth imaging for disaster relief. To improve distress signal communications, NASA pioneered the Search and Research Satellite-Aided Tracking SARSAT system. Since its inception, the international system has resulted in the rescue of more than 30,000 people. Many people in rural areas are unable to access medical facilities frequently. You might have experienced a virtual consultation during the pandemic, where you were seen by doctors virtually. This has helped to keep patients and staff safe. The benefits of expanding the use of telemedicine can improve the quality of healthcare services and also help to resolve the problem of unequal access to good healthcare. Telemedicine by satellites can also help with disaster relief and emergencies so that anyone injured can be seen as soon as possible. The Advanced Diagnostic Ultrasound in Microgravity, developed by NASA in partnership with a hospital in Detroit, is one example of an exploration-driven telemedicine innovation. This portable ultrasound device being tested on the ISS may one day help crew members as far away as Mars, and may also be particularly useful for emergency medical personnel on Earth. They can diagnose a variety of ailments, including abdominal conditions, collapsed lungs, and tooth infections, and it promises to save lives while lowering healthcare costs. Additionally, we help to save the planet. There are many false dichotomies about space exploration. Many people think that the amount that we invest in space should instead be directed towards saving Earth. However, space exploration and understanding our own planet are not mutually exclusive. The things we learn in space can be implemented on Earth, and satellites in space are already doing Earth-based sciences. Earth observation systems, such as ISAT, help us measure ice sheet mass balance, land and vegetation topography. The Sentinel-6 microflylic mission advances space-based ocean measurements so that we can understand how oceans store and redistribute heat, water, and carbon. Other Earth observation satellites monitor our climate, city lights, fires, pollution, snow, and other environmental information. Space technology helps us understand our place in the universe and its origin. There are many cultural benefits from space exploration. Using our own experiences on Earth as a data point to compare when we explore the universe encourages us to reflect upon ourselves. Space exploration reminds us that we have more things in common than we do as differences. Designing missions that can stand the crushing atmosphere of Venus or debates about terraforming Mars teach us to appreciate the wonderful climate and geography that Earth offers. There are diplomatic benefits to space. We often hear about the space race during the Cold War, but it also led to the Apollo-Soyuz test project, where American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts met and docked in orbit around the Earth. After that was the Shuttle Mir program that led to the construction of the ISS. The International Space Station has fostered diplomatic relationships between many countries. Cooperating in space enables nations to build trust so they can collaborate on Earth, while 15 nations signed the Intergovernmental Agreement for Partnership Framework. It is one of the few arenas where the United States continues to work with Russia. Astronauts from 18 countries have visited the ISS, and many more countries have science experiments on board. Human missions to the Moon, asteroids, and Mars will require more extensive international cooperation, which creates opportunities to strengthen the capacity for peaceful, globally coordinated activities in space and on Earth. We can't go alone. We need many partners to explore space together, and partnership opportunities can be adapted to the needs and resources of developed as well as of developing countries. Many government agencies continue to work together to this day with the Artemis Accords, the Gateway Memorandums of Understanding at NASA, and the partnerships that the Space Force is forming. This highlights the continuing work of diplomacy in space. This leads to some policy implications of space, which are this. Space is important and should be funded so that we can continue to develop technologies, understand our place in the universe, do research, and inspire the next generation. The global space economy is worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and that makes space a critical investment. It yields high returns on investments by creating jobs, new technologies, expanding entrepreneurship, international partnerships, and much more. Indeed, space exploration and operations deliver wider opportunities than any effort on the planet or beyond it. Authorizations of government programs and codifying into law new regulations are very important to the space ecosystem. From STEM to STEAM funding, from bipartisan support and authorizations, maintaining that support is critical for the future success of space. To wrap up this presentation, the benefits of space exploration include improving our health, protecting the planet, detecting threats to enhance safety on Earth, enabling international cooperation and improvements on our everyday lives. Your everyday life has been improved and is connected to space in so many ways. Thank you for joining me today in the first of several presentations on space. We hope you'll continue to join us as we introduce additional space topics to you in our Start Here for Space series. Thank you.